One of our players to make a big name for himself today.
Sure. Skip this ad, just like you skipped out on buying Amazon stock and Google and Apple. Lucky for you, there's eToro. So whenever opportunity knocks, you just log in, pick a stock.
Bruno on the ball, let him work his magic, and then hopefully some movement up front from Rashford and Greenwood, and get them a bit further up the pitch, because I think you point out as well, we've seen Leno coming out of his area.
Yeah,
like he's a
35 yards
sweeper,
out.
just completely unchallenged. I mean, if we were, I don't want to keep going on about crowds, but if I was at Old Trafford for that, I'd be going berserk.
That's why
You'd
I
be going
asked, you know.
berserk, like what is going on there.
Corner's just come in, Fred.
Corner,
Good lad, good.
Yeah, headed out. Fred back
Great
out to
ball.
Bruno on the left-hand
Well,
side.
Let that in.
Ball
Great
in.
ball.
Pogba.
Oh, brilliant.
Let's go.
Hey, I tell you what, we talk about the intensity now. I know it's only what we in, not even a minute in, but it seems like a bit of a rocket up the backside.
Yeah.
And they've
Does,
come
done
out
it.
2 corners in the space of a minute. Let's just keep
Rob Holding
keep
won
putting
another
the pressure
header.
on.
Rob Holding must have won, what, 70 headers in this game?
Wait a minute, Michael Pat Donnelly says you never read my super chats. I know we don't do
read
it.
that.
We don't. We
Don't
don't.
read
He's
that.
right. We never read them ever. We never have.
Michael, up the RH.
We'll always try and read your super chats. We
unthinkable, really, for a club like Manchester United. Forward by Bruno Fernandes, high and diagonal, long way to go. Header away by Saka. It'll drop on the right for Wan-Bissaka. Forward to Pogba, edge of the area, robbed by Tierney, whipped it off his toes. Now Partey, seeing a lot of the ball, gives it away there sloppily. Pogba's won it back, he's got Rashford to his left. Pogba though runs into Partey, crowded out. No space for Manchester United, and Bernd Leno has not really had a serious save to make. He had that one save in the first half, but has been relatively comfortable that aside. Now Willian finding Lacazette, edge of the area. Was he fouled by Maguire? No, says the referee. Was that a free kick, Paul Parker?
No, it wasn't a free kick. There was a lot of noise though, but definitely wasn't a free kick.
And Manchester United have got a free kick now, fouled by El Neni on Bruno Fernandes. The game just needs some sort of inspiration, doesn't it? It really is lacking quality, I think it's fair to say. And what are Manchester United going to do here? It looks like a straight swap near enough, because Fred has gone off, Fred on a yellow card, and Nemanja Matic has come on.
Yeah, I was always feeling about Matic. People might say, but he's not going to score a goal. But what he'll do, he'll help you get control of the midfield. In other words, get the ball and try and help the team get good ball retention, so you can actually, if you're in control of the ball, you can actually try and make things happen. If you're not in control of the ball, it becomes a panic mode, and that's what United are in. They're in a panic mode all the time.
Here is Lindelof, midway inside his own half, on to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Lindelof again at the heart of the Manchester United defence. Now Matic turning away on the edge of his own 18-yard box, and he knocks it wide to Shaw. Shaw infield to Bruno Fernandes, little flick. Can't find Pogba. And then Pogba actually on the follow-through. I thought he was fouled by Partey, but the free kick has gone Arsenal's way.
Well, it's just that Partey was tuned in, and he saw the ball was going short. He's tried to get round Paul Pogba to go in front of him. Paul Pogba's put his leg in front of him to block the run, and the referee saw that, and he's done well, the referee to see that.
Arsenal playing from left to right towards the scoreboard end. It is still goalless, and you wonder about further changes maybe to come for Manchester United. Fidelis on Twitter, listening from Port Harcourt in Nigeria, says Manchester United need Donny van der Beek and Edinson Cavani on the field. That would certainly give them some creativity. Arsenal, I think, on balance, given that they're the away side, have been the better side. They've created the better opportunities. Bellerin, right back position, infield to Willian. Willian rolls it back to Holding now, and Holding square to Bernd Leno. Tierney, out in that far side of the field, left back spot, finds Gabriel. It's all a little bit one-paced at the moment. It's difficult to see a breakthrough for either team, but what did you make of that suggestion, Paul Parker, that your old club do with Van der Beek and Cavani on the field? Well, I'll ask you about that in just a second, because Manchester United are coming forward here. Pogba down the left wing, into the area, lovely back heel from Rashford. Pogba running onto it, good tackle, well timed by Gabriel at the heart of the Arsenal defence.
Yeah, it had to be.
Now they can break. Willian crossing halfway at pace into the area for Aubameyang. The angle is tight, he's got his back to goal, plays it back to Willian, and finally a little bit of pace injected into the play. Willian 25 yards out, back to Partey. Partey clips it high, wide to Saka, corner of the penalty area, Tierney on the overlap. Here is Kieran Tierney, dead ball line, drives it goalwards, punched away by De Gea, one-handed. It's come out to El Neni, who rifles it over the top.
Yeah, he's got to do better than that, El Neni. I think that one comes back to him. He's just got to hit the target, because David De Gea was a little bit out of position when that punch. He's made a decision to punch it off of Tierney's cross, and I think it was the right decision. Went high, went long, and it gave him enough time. But initially, that is about Arsenal again. They've been a better team in control in the attacking thirds. They look like they're like the team who have got the better ideas. United, if you're judging by their bench, they've got the ammunition on the bench to go and win the game. It's about when Ollie decides to take the shackles off and let them come out.
Do you think that should be sooner rather than later? We had that tweet about Van der Beek and Cavani.
It just might be earlier, because I don't see Arsenal can get much better than what they are when you look at what they've got on the bench. When you look at they've got their main players on, maybe thinking about Pepe could maybe do something out of nothing. But Manchester United have the players to go and win this game of football, if they're right.
Abraham's tweeted us at TalkSport Live, listening from Ghana, backing Arsenal to win by a single goal. We are into the last quarter of the game. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0. It's been forgettable so far. Here is Bellerin in field from 10 yards inside the Manchester United half, and now Willian wide to the left, and El Neni just left of centre really, hugging that touchline now. Far side is Tierney. Tierney can't get it past Wan-Bissaka, looks up, steers it back to El Neni. You really do get the sense that one goal will be enough here as the rain continues to fall at a tremendous pace. Partey from the lip of the centre circle, away from Bruno Fernandes. Now Willian back in field, it goes to El Neni again. El Neni left of centre, square to Holding. Holding now inside the Manchester United half. Wide right is Bellerin. Manchester United with everybody back behind the ball when they're not in possession. Gabriel from the centre circle. Remember, Spurs against Brighton still to come on Premier League Live with Tom Rennie and Kevin Watson in about an hour and 20 minutes time when they kick off. Here is Aubameyang with his back to goal, a long way from goal. He finds Partey, strokes the ball wide, cross field to Willian. Willian deep inside the Manchester United half, finds Bellerin further forward in the area. Was he caught by Pogba? That's got to be a penalty. It is. Mike Dean has pointed to the spot. Paul Pogba with a clumsy foul on Hector Bellerin. He knows it's a penalty, does Pogba. His body language says it all. Sat down on his haunches on the turf. And Arsenal, with just over 20 minutes to go, have a spot kick to take the lead at Old Trafford.
Well, I'm sure you're going to tell me how many penalties he's given away. There was no need for him to try and win the ball. I keep talking about being patient. Look where Bellerin's running to. Look at the angle he's running to. And you say to yourself, why have you got to try and tackle him? His first touch is going to take him away from goal. So what will happen is they'll have to start again. It was a needless challenge, and it sums up Paul Pogba's game, to be perfectly honest. It hasn't been anything at all that he's done has been positive, except the only thing positive has been positive for Arsenal. Poor decision by him to try and win that ball.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on a worst run of goal-scoring form since November 2014. Not scored in his last 5 league matches. Hands on hips at the scoreboard end. Just over 20 minutes to go to give Arsenal the lead. Right-footed, scores! Aubameyang sends the hair the wrong way. His goal drought is over, and Arsenal might be on their way to a first Premier League win at Old Trafford in more than 14 years. It's Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1.
It's not been great, it's not been vintage, but they're 1-0 up, and I think they deserve to be, just for the fact of the way they've been going about it in attacking third. Arsenal. Manchester United will now react, and I'm sure with substitutions from the bench, but it shouldn't be in this position. They should have been on the front foot from the first minute. They should have been on their front foot. Now they've got to try and lift their game. You can't just switch on and switch off, and now they've got to try and switch on now, Manchester United.
1-0 to Arsenal, and probably merited, as Paul Parker mentioned, and maybe a real crisis point for Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer here, even at this relatively early stage of the season, and staring another home defeat in the face. And it has been, particularly compared to the Champions League on Wednesday night, Paul Parker, it has been a listless display, hasn't it?
It's been poor, it's been negative. It's kind of like, well, we can't afford to lose, and it's an easy thing to say. No one wants to lose, but you're still at home, and you're Manchester United. You have to go and show that you want to. You go out and try and win games of football. Doesn't matter who's it against. You're at home. You take the game to the team. They're more wary of you, and Manchester United have made Arsenal look like the most important team on this pitch.
Mikel Arteta, big fist pump when that goal went in. It's a throw to Arsenal, near side. Bellerin will take it from the right back spot, gets it back from Willian. Not in a hurry now, Arsenal. Bellerin, though, converged upon by 3 in Manchester United red. Here is Rashford, middle of the Arsenal half, steers it wide to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes deep inside Arsenal territory at an empty Stretford end. Can he play across into the penalty area. Goes back in field to Shaw. Shaw left-footed delivery, headed away by Tierney. Comes out to McTominay. McTominay steers it wide towards Mason Greenwood through the legs of Aubameyang, but then a foul on Lacazette, sliding in there. Greenwood, yellow card. Arsenal free kick. It's Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1, and there are 19 minutes to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, they haven't done well with that Manchester United. They were sloppy. Mason Greenwood more sloppy, and he actually wins the ball, and Lacazette goes around screaming. Mike Dean falls for it. Give the foul, but you don't have to give a yellow card. You can see he's won the ball cleanly.
Ampadu on Twitter at TalkSport Live has sent us a simple message. In his view, the Manchester United coach, he says, doesn't know what he's doing. Here is Tierney for Arsenal, middle of the Manchester United half. Arsenal lead 1-0. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with a penalty kick. Swung in by Tierney from the left, and well claimed by De Gea. Aubameyang's first goal in the Premier League in 6 matches. El Neni on the halfway line, away from Fernandes. Little touch back by Aubameyang to Partey. And now holding at the heart of the Arsenal defence. They've been very good, actually, Holding and Gabriel in particular. And Bernd Leno's had one save, Paul Parker, in the first 72 minutes. One save at Old Trafford.
I know, and it's not good at all. And you are right in saying they should have a mention. Holding, Tierney and Gabriel have done absolutely fantastic so far in the way they've defended. They've come onto the ball, they've dropped off at the right times, they haven't been caught out behind.
Manchester United on a call for reinforcements. Donny van der Beek and Edinson Cavani stripped and ready to come on. The red and white and black, and not before time, I would have thought, if you're of a Manchester United persuasion. Forward by Holding up towards the halfway line. Credit to Arsenal, who lead 1-0. Here's a question for Paul Parker. Aaron on Twitter: how highly do you rate Mikel Arteta, Paul?
I think he's done really well with Arsenal. He's added a lot to them. I think more than anything, he's injected a bit of life into the team. They went very stagnant under under Arsene Wenger, and I think they didn't really move on from the previous manager either. They got a few good results, but they were lacking any consistency, and there was always that not good feel factor around the place as well. He's added something different because he feels to the club as well.
Greenwood down the right for Manchester United. Lovely bit of skill to get away from Gabriel. Then he's tripped on the dead ball line. Manchester United free kick. Just 5 yards infield from the corner flag as they desperately seek an equaliser at Old Trafford.
And Mike Dean, it's been told by Manchester United players that Gabriel's already been booked, and he played a dangerous game there, by the way. Mike Dean knows it. That's Gabriel's last challenge he can make with any contact and any player now. If he goes anywhere near and something happens, he's going to be sent off. It's as simple as that.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 100th game in charge of Manchester United. Just over a quarter of an hour to go. Here comes Edinson Cavani.